at these times.
Live from New Delhi, you're watching DD India News Hour, India's voice to the world. I'm Ramesh Ramachandran. Coming up in the next hour, India's Prime Minister lays the foundation stone for 8 Amrit projects worth more than $240 million at Solapur in the western state of Maharashtra, dedicates more than 90,000 houses. US aircraft manufacturer Boeing's largest overseas facility to shortly open in India, 43-acre campus is located in the southern city of Bengaluru. North Korea tests an underwater nuclear weapon system in a protest against this week's joint military drill by South Korea, Japan and the US. And Japan aims to become the 5th country to put a spacecraft on the moon. It will attempt a landing at 1500 GMT on Friday. India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi laid the foundation stone of Atal Mission for Rejuvenation and Urban Transformation projects worth more than $240 million in Maharashtra.
0.0 अभियान प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र जी मोदी की शहरों की जल सुरक्षा नीति के तहत अमृत योजना का जन्म हुआ है। राज्य के 145 शहरों में 28,000 करोड़ रुपए से ज्यादा।
In the city of Solapur, the Prime Minister dedicated more than 90,000 houses completed under the PM Awas Yojana Urban.
अभी न्यू जगजीवन राम झुग्गी झोपड़ी में रहते हैं और अपने खुद के घर में मकान में वो अब जाएंगे।
He dedicated 15,000 houses at the Rai Nagar Housing Society in Solapur, whose beneficiaries comprise thousands of handloom workers, vendors and power loom workers. The Prime Minister also launched and distributed the first and second installments to 10,000 beneficiaries of the PM Swarnidhi in Maharashtra.
10,000 का ऋण उसका पत्र माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी के हाथों से प्राप्त हो रहा है। टोटल 31 करोड़ से ज्यादा लोन इस परियोजना खुद का रोजगार।
And Prime Minister Modi visited the houses at the Rai Nagar Housing Society in Solapur.
आज पीएम आवास योजना के तहत बनी देश की सबसे बड़ी सोसाइटी का लोकार्पण हुआ है और मैं जाकर के देख के आया। मुझे भी लगा कि काश मुझे भी बचपन में ऐसे घर में रहने का मौका मिला। ये चीजें देखता हूं, मन को इतना संतोष होता है। इन हजारों परिवारों के सपने जब साकार होते हैं तो उनके आशीर्वाद मेरी सबसे बड़ी पूंजी होते हैं।
Prime Minister Narendra Modi will shortly inaugurate a state-of-the-art campus of Boeing India Engineering and Technology Center in Bengaluru. The 43-acre campus is Boeing's largest such investment outside of the US. Boeing's new campus in India will help develop the next generation products and services for the global aerospace and defense industry.
With an aim to grow as a globally competitive supplier base in India, US aerospace giant Boeing's expansion and investment in India is all set for a new chapter. This new facility at Aerospace Park at Devanhalli on the outskirts of India's IT capital city Bengaluru will be inaugurated by the Prime Minister Narendra Modi himself. Boeing will co-partner with India to execute high-quality advanced aerospace projects. This facility will support in providing required engineering expertise to Boeing's defense, space and commercial sectors. BIETC will play an important role in co-development of initiatives for Indian Defence Forces. The facility will leverage labs and state-of-the-art technology such as AI, IOA for the collaborations with India. It is also expected to generate jobs for the people in the vicinity.
We have a huge presence both on the commercial as well as on the defence and services side in India. We are a leading partner of India on the aerospace sector. Getting the Honourable Prime Minister here is as iconic as the building itself and much bigger than that, I would say. We all are getting excited and looking forward to hosting the Prime Minister to inaugurate this facility tomorrow.
Boeing's presence in India is stretched across various collaborations like MROs, GSC and building a steady supply chain for the aircrafts manufactured by the company. Boeing has a long-standing journey in defence sector in India. Indo-US enhanced partnership has led to Boeing and India working closely, where Boeing has offered its defence equipments for Indian Defence Forces. Boeing's C-17 Globemaster IIIS has proven to be the backbone of the Indian force and deployed in crucial and successful operations by India during the evacuation of Indians from Ukraine war and also during the COVID medical delivery operations. The custom-made Boeing B777 VVIP aircraft is used by President, Vice President and the Prime Minister of India for international visits.
This is where I think the next leap forward of the aerospace sector will start from. This is what it signifies. This is where India is going to take the next leap forward, in my opinion, in the aerospace sector. The vision, the dreams of several thousand people.
India's commercial market is expected to be the third largest in the world by 2041. Boeing forecasts India's carriers will need 2,200 new planes over the next 20 years. That will be a focus area for the company as well. Boeing's commercial expansion plans, also in line with the growing demand for aircrafts with India, create an infrastructure and network for facilitating flight connectivity across the country. On Thursday, Boeing won an order for 150 MAX jets from India's newest airline at Wings Aerospace Expo.
Atmanirbhar is all about self-reliant India. It's all about making for India and making for the world.
Yes.
The engineers are an extremely talented bunch of engineers sitting here, and we are very, very hopeful that what they are going to... Today they work on very, very mission-critical programs, and all that they do is to make sure that flying is safe. All that they do is to ensure that India is shining, because the products that you see for Boeing across the world, that engineering works happened right here in this development center.
Prime Minister will also launch the Boeing Sukanya program that aims to support the entry of more girl children from across India into the country's growing aviation sector. The program will provide opportunities for girls and women from across India to learn critical skills in the science, technology, engineering and math fields and train for jobs in the aviation sector.
Till now, Boeing has always occupied the largest square meter area at India's biannual and Asia's largest aerospace exhibition, Aero India. But now, with this facility taking off, Boeing gives wings to a new and strong partnership with India's aligned vision of self-reliance in aerospace sector. Aisha Khanam, DD India, Bangalore.
And Aisha Khanam now joins us from Bengaluru for more. Aisha, what more can you tell us about the state-of-the-art Boeing India Engineering and Technology Center campus?
Well, this is Boeing's first state-of-art technology center here that is unfolding, and this is going to be one of the biggest centers outside Boeing's facility in US, which is the headquarters of the US aerospace giant Boeing. Now, this facility will have innovations and research labs wherein engineers will develop own technology. They will also work on developing and improving the existing flying systems. This will be the center which will look into the innovations with new technology like Internet of Things and AI. So this center will generate jobs at the local level, and this center will also provide support to the existing Boeing system across the country, wherein Boeing now aims to improve its double up its investment in India, and it is eyeing India as a superpower, as an emerging superpower in aerospace industry.
Aisha, we are told that the city of Bengaluru is expanding northwards and Devanahalli is turning into a hub of aerospace industry. Now, what explains Devanahalli's and by extension India's emergence on the map of the global aerospace and defense industry?
To see that the location at Devanahalli supports, the aerospace industry here. This is the area where the government of Karnataka has marked the aerospace city, and this is a park where all the aerospace industries are developing. So Boeing is now at Devanahalli, and Devanahalli is this place is very close to the international airport, and this is one of the biggest advantage. And also, this is very close to the Yelahanka airfield. This is the place where Boeing has been exhibiting its large, huge fleet of aircrafts during Asia's largest aero show. This location to the Yelahanka airbase, wherein Boeing has been showcasing its technology and demonstrating its fleet of aircraft in defense as well as the domestic sector. And Bangalore being a Silicon Valley, this provides an ecosystem for the Boeing India's new facility in providing good workmanship for the employee force which will be working in this new center.
And finally, Aisha, what's the focus of the Sukanya program initiated by Boeing India?
Well, Sukanya program is one of the ambitious programs that Boeing is starting now. This is a CSR activity by Boeing wherein we see young girls taken in to motivate them to take up their interest in aviation sector and aerospace industry. So this going by Prime Minister Narendra Modi's vision of women-led development and girl-child education. This is a huge initiative taken up by Boeing India to motivate and help girls fulfill their dreams to become pilots as well as aviation sector experts.
All right, Aisha, thank you. That was my colleague Aisha Khanam reporting from Bengaluru. And moving on, India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi's Guarantee Ki Gadi is reaching the districts across the country. It's creating awareness in urban areas about government schemes. Meghna Gura from Mumbai talks about her experience in Meri Kahani, Meri Zubani as she benefited from schemes such as PM Mudra.
Meghna Gurav, a single parent, used to sell home-cooked food products on the footpath. She always felt the pinch as life was getting hard to live and selling was not enough. She gathered information of PM Mudra Yojana in 2016 and approached the bank for loan. Meghna then received a loan amount from Canara Bank.
मेरा कैटरिंग का व्यवसाय है. मेरे पास व्यवसाय के लिए मेरे पास पैसे नहीं तो मैंने 2016 में मुद्रा का लोन लिया, जो कि प्रधान का तभी योजना आई थी, तो मैंने लोन लिया. वो लोन लेके मैंने मेरा व्यवसाय को आगे बढ़ाया और मैं सिंगल मदर हूँ, मेरे 2 बच्चे हैं, तो मैं ये व्यवसाय की वजह से मैं मेरे बच्चों को भी पढ़ा पाई.
Meghna then started her catering business with a loan amount. With her business doing well, her income became stable and she was able to repay her loan in time. She also took an education loan to educate her children, and today one of her sons is studying hotel management abroad. Meghna also benefited from PM Swanidhi, PM Suraksha Bima Yojana, Atal Pension Yojana, among others. Meghna urges other women to take benefits of the various schemes which central government has implemented for the betterment of the society.
Still to come on DD India News Hour. India's External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar leads the country's delegation to NAM Summit in Uganda. Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu objects to a Palestinian statehood that does not guarantee Israel's security. And Pakistan to convene an emergency security meeting amid a standoff with Iran.
we are taking up the legend of our great epic, the Ramayana, and how it has influenced so many parts of Asia and beyond.
In Indonesia, Thailand, Laos, Cambodia, Singapore, Malaysia, you can think of all these areas where Ramayana is like, you know, it's just a living thing. And their ballets and their dances and the music, they are all performing. It is just not itihasa alone, history alone, but it's a living being which has a place in every heart.
You're watching DD India News Hour. I'm Ramesh Ramachandran. As the 19th Non-Aligned Movement Summit kicks off at Kampala in Uganda, India's External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar led the country's delegation to the two-day summit. The summit focuses on deepening cooperation for shared global affluence and brings together more than 120 developing countries. India fully supports Uganda's theme for NAM and says it's eager to engage with the movement under Uganda's leadership. India's External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar on Thursday met his Maldivian counterpart Musa Zamir on the margins of the NAM summit. The two leaders discussed about bilateral ties and NAM-related issues. For his part, the Maldivian foreign minister said that the two sides exchanged views on ongoing talks on withdrawal of Indian military personnel from Maldives, expediting the completion of ongoing development projects in the country and cooperation within SAARC and NAM. The Maldivian minister said that both sides are committed to further strengthening and expanding their cooperation. Minister Jaishankar met his counterparts from Angola, Belarus and Egypt on the margins of the NAM summit as well. He held talks with Angola's Foreign Minister Tete Antonio. The two discussed about India-Angola and India-Africa cooperation. They also spoke about cooperation in multilateral fora. Minister Jaishankar thanked the Angolan minister for extending visa-free arrangement for Indian nationals. Minister Jaishankar held a useful meeting with his Belarusian counterpart Sergei Alenik. The two leaders exchanged views on India-Belarus cooperation in various fields. They also discussed about developments pertaining to the Ukraine-Russia conflict. Minister Jaishankar said he was happy to meet Egypt's Foreign Minister Sameh Shoukry. He appreciated his Egyptian minister's assessment and insights into the ongoing conflict in Gaza. They noted the continued progress of bilateral ties after their leaders visited each other's country in 2023. North Korea has conducted a test of its underwater nuclear weapons system on Friday. North Korea's state media said the test was conducted in protest against this week's joint military drill by South Korea, the US and Japan. The report said that the test of the HAL-523 system, a name North Korea has given to its nuclear-capable underwater attack drone, was carried out by the Defense Ministry's think tank in the waters of the country's east coast. The navies of the US, Japan and South Korea had held a three-day regular drill until Wednesday alongside the US aircraft carrier Carl Vinson as part of efforts to improve their responses to Pyongyang's evolving nuclear and missile threats. And Andrew Wood has more from Hong Kong. Take a listen.
North Korea hasn't really given any details of this test, exactly where it happened, exactly when it happened. It's possible that North Korea may well have been planning it anyway and decided to keep it quiet. But the naval drills between South Korea, Japan and the United States, the three countries that North Korea dubbed as its worst enemies, took place this week. So it's an opportunity, a propaganda opportunity for the North Koreans to announce this and remind the world that it's developing these weapons. Even if it is a case like that, it was a case of opportunism by the North Koreans, though it doesn't really improve the situation in the region. It probably makes it worse. It makes the tension a little bit more tense. So, as I say, it might have been something that the North Koreans were going to do in secret anyway and not tell the world. But this probably does make the place, the northeast of Asia, a more dangerous place, I think. You know, this is the second time that we've known about a test, or at least that North Korea has claimed it had a test. It first tested it, the Hale underwater drone, back in March last year. And at the time, it said this was designed for sneaky attacks in foreign waters, enemy waters, and also for attacking groups of warships. And that's pretty much, you know, what we see with a US carrier strike force, you know, a big aircraft carrier with several support ships, or also for overwhelming ports. Remember, hail means tsunami in Korean, and the idea of this is that when you explode the nuclear weapon underwater, it will create a radioactive tsunami, a gigantic wave that could overwhelm these ships and overwhelm ports.
Meanwhile, a rare footage has emerged from inside North Korea showing the sentencing of 2 teenager boys to 12 years of hard labor. This for watching and distributing South Korean films and dramas. The video was obtained by a South Korean think tank. The exact date of when it was shot is not known yet. The 2 16-year-olds, high school students, were handcuffed in front of hundreds of their peers during a show trial. Watching South Korean dramas and films is a punishable offense in North Korea. The US is keeping a close watch on recent exchanges between North Korea and Russia, which it termed as an unprecedented level of cooperation in the military sphere. A White House official says that the nature of security threat posed by North Korea could change drastically in the coming decade. Responding to the meeting, top nuclear envoys from the US, Japan and South Korea on Thursday held a trilateral meeting in Seoul and criticized North Korea's military cooperation with Russia. Another US official said Pyongyang's transfer of short-range ballistic missiles and other weapons to Russia for use against Ukraine demand attention and coordinated action.
We strongly condemn this launch, which violates multiple UN Security Council resolutions. The DPRK's continued development of its unlawful nuclear and ballistic missile programs, its transfer of ballistic missiles and other weapons to Russia for use against Ukraine, its ongoing malicious cyber activities against countries around the world, and its continuing human rights violations and abuses against its own people, all of this demands our attention and coordinated action.
Shifting focus to West Asia now, Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has told the US that he objects to the establishment of a Palestinian state as part of any post-Gaza conflict scenario that did not guarantee Israel's security. In a nationally broadcast news conference on Thursday, Netanyahu said that Israel must have security control over the entire territory west of the Jordan River.
For 30 years, I have been very consistent, and I say a simple thing. This conflict is not about the absence of a state, a Palestine state, but the existence of a state, a Jewish state. Therefore, I clarify that in any arrangement in the foreseeable future, with an accord or without an accord, the state of Israel must have security control over the entire territory west of the Jordan River. That's a necessary condition.
Meanwhile, the Iran-allied Houthi militia launched 2 anti-ship ballistic missiles at a US-owned tanker ship on Thursday night that hit the waters near the vessel. No injuries or damage were reported. The US launched additional strikes early on Thursday, targeting 2 Houthi anti-ship missiles that were being deemed an imminent threat to shipping and US Navy vessels in the region. Earlier, in the second attack this week on a US-operated vessel in the region, the Genco Picardy came under attack in the Gulf of Aden late on Wednesday, sparking a fire on board and prompting the Indian Navy to rescue the crew. India diverted a warship deployed in the region to rescue the 22 crew on board the Genco Picardy, including 9 Indian nationals. The crew were all safe and the fire has since been extinguished. Deputy Pentagon Press Secretary Sabrina Singh at a briefing on Thursday said the US is not at war with Houthis in Yemen. She said it's acting in self-defense in responding to attacks on vessels in the Red Sea.
No, we don't seek war. We don't think that we are at war. We don't want to see a regional war. The Houthis are the ones that continue to launch cruise missiles, anti-ship missiles at innocent mariners, at commercial vessels that are just transiting an area that sees 10 to 15% of the world's commerce. The U.S. is what we are doing with our partners is self-defense.
The chair of the U.S. House of Representatives Armed Forces Services Committee asked Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin to testify before the panel over the failure to timely disclose his recent hospitalization, even to President Joe Biden. Austin had been in a hospital receiving treatment for prostate cancer since the beginning of the year. His failure to timely tell Biden he was hospitalized drew criticism from lawmakers and caught the White House by surprise. He spent 2 weeks in the hospital due to complications from a 22nd December prostate cancer surgery, which was also initially kept secret, and was discharged on Monday to his Virginia home. NATO is launching its largest exercise since the Cold War, rehearsing how U.S. troops could reinforce European allies in countries bordering Russia and on the alliance's eastern flank if a conflict were to flare up with a near-peer adversary. NATO's top commander, Chris Cavalli, said that around 90,000 troops are due to join the Steadfast Defender 2024 drills that will run through May. More than 50 ships from aircraft carriers to destroyers will take part, as well as more than 80 fighter jets, helicopters and drones, and at least 1,100 combat vehicles, including 133 tanks and 533 infantry fighting vehicles. According to NATO, the last exercises of a similar size were Reforger during the Cold War in 1988, with 125,000 participants. Amid rising tensions with neighboring Iran, Pakistan's top civilian and military leaders are set to carry out a security review. Caretaker Prime Minister Anwarul Haq Kakar will chair the meeting, which will be attended by all the service chiefs. The meeting comes after Pakistan on Thursday struck what it said were separatists in Iran. The move was in retaliation to Iranian airstrikes in Pakistan's Balochistan province. Tehran said it targeted a terror group. Meanwhile, the strikes have raised fears of a wider escalation in West Asia. The United Nations and the United States have called for restraint following the series of deadly airstrikes exchanged between Iran and Pakistan on militant targets on each other's territory. U.S. President Joe Biden said the clashes between the two countries showed Iran was not well liked in the region. And now take a look at some more stories making news around the world. Giant panda twins Bao Di and Bao Mei enjoy the snow at Belgium's Paradise Zoo on Thursday. As freezing weather caused transport disruption in parts of the country, the two young bears played in their enclosure, which was dusted with snow. The U.S. imposes a ban on sale of 2 Apple Watch models because of a patent dispute with medical device maker Masimo. The dispute regards a medical scanner technology that measures the oxygen concentration in the bloodstream. The legal fight is expected to be protracted, and Apple might disable the disputed feature. Historical drama Oppenheimer led nominations for the BAFTA Film Awards on Thursday, securing 13 nods. Gothic comedy Poor Things received 11 nods, while Martin Scorsese's Killers of the Flower Moon got 9 nominations. Barbie, starring Margot Robbie, was nominated in 5 categories. Still to come on DD India News Hour. India sets up a global alliance to push women empowerment and gender equality. Japan to attempt moon landing at 1500 GMT on Friday. and devotees catch a first glimpse of the idol of Lord Ram placed inside the temple at Ayodhya.
At this very special presentation of DD India, we take a deep dive into the history of Ram Temple movement.
Bhaya Pragat Krupala Din Dayala Kausalya Hitkari. Ram Kaj Kinu Binu Mohi Kaha Bishra.
Do watch this special documentary on Ram Temple movement retold on 19th of January at these times.
We have reached here, this place, Makhoda Dham.
मख माने जो है यज्ञ होता है, तो इसी जगह पे जब दशरथ जी महाराज के पास जब कोई पुत्र नहीं था, तो चौथे पन में दशरथ जी महाराज ने इसी भूमि पे पुत्रेष्टि कामय यज्ञ किए थे।
अयोध्या में सभी तरफ भी राम है।
हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे।
Divine meets divinity in Ayodhya. This is Mani Parvat.
ये वो स्थल है जब मां जानकी जी विवाह होकर श्री अयोध्या जी पधारी। अपार धन वैभव ऐश्वर्य दिया श्री जनक जी महाराज ने कि हमारी बिटिया खूब सुख समृद्ध रहेगी।
सीता राम नाम कीर्तन।
एक कीर्तन है जो 12 साल का है, चलते रहेगा। 3.5 साल हो गया है।
You're watching DD India News Hour. I am Ramesh Ramachandran. A quick recap of the headlines. US aircraft manufacturer Boeing's largest overseas facility to shortly open in India. 43-acre campus is located in the southern city of Bengaluru. And North Korea tests an underwater nuclear weapon system in a protest against this week's joint military drill by South Korea, Japan and the US. At the World Economic Forum in Davos, India has successfully set up a global alliance for global good gender equity and equality to push women's empowerment. The announcement was made in the presence of Indian ministers Smriti Irani and Hardeep Singh Puri. WEF founder Klaus Schwab, who attended the event, said India will become an economic powerhouse. Minister Irani hailed Prime Minister Narendra Modi's leadership, saying that he has made women a focal point of development.
भारत की सबसे प्रमुख प्रतिभा भारत की महिला को नरेंद्र मोदी ने अपने 10 साल के प्रशासन में विकास का केंद्र बिंदु बनाया। वर्ल्ड इकोनॉमिक फोरम ने आपके सामने ही घोषित किया कि प्रधानमंत्री मोदी की इस विकास यात्रा के अभिन्न और सम्मान्य महिला उत्थान को वर्ल्ड इकोनॉमिक फोरम भी न सिर्फ समर्थन देगा, बल्कि वो सारे कार्य जो भारत और भारतीय प्रस्तुत करेंगे ताकि विश्व भर में महिला का उत्थान हो सके, उसका समर्थन स्पॉन्सरशिप भी वर्ल्ड इकोनॉमिक फोरम भी करेगा।
An unrest in the Indian Ocean island nation of Comoros left 1 person dead and at least 6 injured. The protests came after incumbent President Azali Assoumani was declared the winner in an election held in Comoros over the weekend that was denounced by the country's opposition parties as fraudulent. The announcement triggered a violent protest when a government minister's house was set on fire and a car at the home of another minister was burned down. In an effort to become the 5th country to put a spacecraft on the moon, Japan readies for a scheduled precision landing on Friday, which would be a boost for a space program lagging behind and eclipsed by rival China. Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency's Smart Lander for Investigating Moon probe will start a 20-minute touchdown phase from 1500 GMT on Friday. Upon landing, SLIM will deploy 2 mini probes, a hopping vehicle as big as a microwave oven, and a baseball-sized wheeled rover that will take pictures of the spacecraft. Having faced multiple setbacks in its rocket development, Japan's agency is treading a sensitive way to successful moon landing, which is much more difficult because of its gravity. However, the agency says it will take up to a month to verify whether SLIM has achieved the high precision landing goals after the touchdown. And now to updates about the weather. Officials in the U.S. state of Tennessee said that at least 14 people have died in the state as a storm system blankets the state with snow and plunges temperatures. This as bitter cold weather continues to grip much of the country from the state of Oregon to the northeast. The officials said that because of sub-zero temperatures, there has been a record increase in demand for energy across the state. Schools are closed because of slick roads and water damage because of frozen burst pipes. According to the National Weather Service, heavy freezing rain is expected again on Friday in some parts of Tennessee. But Tennessee's health department is yet to confirm the number of deaths reported by local officials. At least 6 people have died and 2 are missing in western Bolivia because of floods. Heavy rains lashed the city, causing a river to overflow in the past week. At least 95 houses were destroyed in the area, affecting 256 families. The mayor of Tipiwani declared the area a disaster zone. Canada has formally given the giant Arctic territory of Nunavut control over reserves on Thursday. This move could boost exploration and development, as Nunavut is home to some of the minerals such as gold, diamond, iron, cobalt and rare earth metals. Nunavut, created in 1999, was the only one of Canada's 3 northern territories that had not negotiated devolution. Talks on the agreement had started in October 2014. After all these years now, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau signed a devolution agreement in the Nunavut's capital, Iqaluit, with the local premier. This agreement grants the territory the right to collect royalties that would otherwise go to the Canadian government. Back home, instrument on India's Chandrayaan-3 lander started serving as a location marker near the lunar South Pole. The laser retroreflector array on the Chandrayaan-3 lander has begun serving as a fiducial point on the moon. NASA's Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter achieved a laser range measurement using the LRA by successfully detecting signals reflected by it on December 12, 2023. NASA's LRA was accompanied on the Vikram lander under international collaboration. It comprises 8 corner tube retroreflectors on a hemispherical support structure. This array facilitates laser ranging from various directions. The LRA on Chandrayaan-3 is a miniature version and is the only one available near the South Pole currently. NASA's LRA on Chandrayaan-3's Vikram lander will continue to serve as a long-term geodetic station and a location marker on the lunar surface, benefiting current and future lunar missions. India's Education Ministry has issued fresh guidelines for regulation of coaching centres. These guidelines were framed to prioritize students' mental wellness, fair practice and inclusivity. Enrollment is now restricted to students above the age of 16. Admissions would be permitted only after successful completion of secondary school examination. The guidelines address issues from a reasonable fee to inclusive policy, aiming to shape a brighter future for learners. A coaching centre would face a fine up to 100,000 rupees in case of breach of the guidelines. The guidelines propose a model framework for coaching centres and outline the procedures for registration, renewal and cancellation of coaching centre certificates, along with an appeals process. The Indian government's outreach program called Viksit Bharat Sankalp Yatra is seeing popular engagement amongst people. The program has crossed a total footfall of 50 million in almost 200,000 Viksit Bharat health camps, more than 20 million Ayushman cards created at the camps, and more than 2 million people screened for tuberculosis. More than 300,000 people have been screened for sickle cell disease as well. And now we get you all the buzz surrounding the consecration of the Ram Temple at Ayodhya on 22nd of January. A first glimpse of the idol of Lord Ram placed inside the temple has now been revealed. Made in black stone, the idol depicts a 5-year-old Lord Ram in a standing posture. A veil covers the face of the idol. A 300-foot earthen lamp has been prepared at Ramghat area of Ayodhya. It's the world's largest lamp and will be lit this evening. The mega consecration ceremony will be inaugurated by lighting a 300-foot lamp built at a cost of $900,000. This amazing lamp has been made from the soil of all the places of pilgrimage, seawater and cow's ghee. It has been named Dashrath Deepak. 108 tins of oil, which come from goddess Sita's maternal home in Nepal, will be used to light the lamps. 500,000 laddus, which is a traditional Indian sweet, have been sent to Ayodhya by the Mahakaleshwar temple management from India's Ujjain city for the Ram temple consecration on 22nd January. Various selfie points have been set up near the Lata Mangeshkar roundabout for devotees. They are decorated with statues, posters and banners. India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi has shared a playlist of Ram bhajans with more than 62 songs. In a social media post, the PM shared a link to the playlist. He said it contains some of his favorite Lord Ram devotional songs that he received from people over the last few days. All right, let's take you straight to Bengaluru for Prime Minister Modi's event there.
बोइंग इंडिया अपने ही प्रोडक्ट्स है, अपनी सप्लाई चेन में नए आयाम, नए इनोवेशंस लाना चाहता है। तो बोइंग इंडिया के लिए ये बहुत बड़ा दिन है, बहुत बड़ा निवेश का मौका है और बोइंग इंडिया इस फैसिलिटी के जरिए भारत के साथ जो पार्टनरशिप है
So you're getting the latest visuals from Bengaluru, where Prime Minister Modi is attending an event to open US aircraft manufacturer Boeing's largest overseas facility in the southern Indian city of Bengaluru in Karnataka. The campus is spread over 43 acres and promises to develop India and Devanahalli in Bengaluru as a global aerospace and defense industry hub. All right, if you're just tuning in, you're getting the latest visuals from Bengaluru of India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who will shortly inaugurate a state-of-the-art campus of the Boeing India Engineering and Technology Center in the city. The 43-acre campus is Boeing's largest such investment outside of the US. Boeing's new campus in India will help develop the next generation products and services for the global aerospace and defense industry. Right, and some more additional information on this story. This new facility at Aerospace Park at Devanahalli on the outskirts of India's IT capital Bengaluru is to be inaugurated very shortly by the Prime Minister. Boeing will co-partner with India to execute high-quality advanced aerospace projects. This facility will support in providing required engineering expertise to Boeing's defense, space and commercial sectors. Now, the center will play an important role in co-development initiatives for the Indian Defence Forces as well. The facility will leverage labs and state-of-the-art technologies such as artificial intelligence and Internet of Things for collaborations with India. It's expected to generate thousands of jobs for the people in the local area as well. And to put it into context for our viewers who might be tuning in just now, India's commercial market is expected to be third largest in the world by the year 2041. And Boeing forecasts India's carriers will need 2,200 new planes over the next 20 years. And that will be a key focus area for the US aircraft manufacturer as well. Now, Boeing's commercial expansion plans also in line with the growing demand for aircraft in India, creating an infrastructure and network for facilitating flight connectivity across the length and breadth of the country. And just yesterday on Thursday, Boeing won an order for 150 MAX jets from India's newest airline at the Wings Aerospace Expo. All right, if you're just tuning in, viewers, you're watching the latest visuals of India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit to the southern Indian city of Bengaluru in Karnataka, where he will shortly inaugurate a state-of-the-art campus of the Boeing India Engineering and Technology Center in the city. It's a 43-acre campus. It's Boeing's largest such investment outside of the US. And that's the visuals of the inauguration of the Boeing facility in Bengaluru. The new campus will help develop the next generation products and services for the global aerospace and defense industry. All right, joining me for more on this news is my colleague Ayesha Khanam, who is standing by in Bengaluru. Ayesha, walk us through the latest on the inauguration of this state-of-the-art facility.
Narendra Modi has just inaugurated this huge facility of Boeing India, and this facility over 43 acres of land in Bangalore, which is close to Bangalore International Airport, situated in Devanhalli. Now, this is the aerospace park wherein this facility has come up, and this will be an avionics hub for Boeing India, wherein Boeing India will focus on innovations and research and building new technologies for its own products. And also Boeing India will train pilots here, and this will be the center for the future technology and for future products of Boeing India. So right now, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has been briefed about the Boeing India's presence in India and its partnership. Remember, Boeing India and India has a partnership of over 80 years, and this has translated into investments up to over 8,000 crores, where Boeing now wishes to take it and double this investment in India. So with this facility, Boeing hopes that the new innovations and the new technology will help them contribute and facilitate in coming out with better projects. Remember, Dreamliner is one civil aviation aircraft, the domestic airliner, and this aircraft has undergone several technological changes, and Dreamliner is the future aircraft. So Boeing India looks at innovation technologies, research, and this way Boeing India hopes that this avionics hub will contribute and bring together India and US as more serious strategic partners.
Also, Ayesha, talk a bit, if you will, about Devanhalli itself. We are told the city of Bengaluru is now expanding northwards, and Devanhalli is positioning itself as a new hub of global defense and aerospace industry, is it not?
Yes, absolutely. Devanhandi has a very strategic location, because this is very close to the Kempegowda International Airport, which is a new facility promoted and built by Karnataka government. And then on the other hand, the Yelahanka Air Base is very close to Devanhandi. So for Boeing, this is a win-win situation because on one hand, you have a international airport. On the other side, you have a defense airfield, wherein Boeing is Boeing contributes to both the areas, the domestic aircraft as well as defense military equipment. So this way, for the aerospace industries, this is the ideal location from where Boeing and other aerospace companies can build a better supply chain and contribute towards Make in India and Atmanirbhar vision by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Right now, Prime Minister is meeting the engineers from Rochelle Technologies who explain to the Prime Minister in sign language. Rochelle Technology is a partner with Boeing India, and they have engineers. They have aerospace engineers who are especially enabled engineers, and they have explained to Prime Minister about the assembly line, and then will move on to meet the girl students who are here to participate in the Sukanya program. This is a CSR initiative by Boeing India, and this Sukanya program is aimed at motivating and encouraging women, and especially the girl students, to take up aviation and fulfill their dreams as pilots or aviation experts. So this is a very ambitious project that Boeing India is starting as a CSR activity on the sidelines. And this project has attracted several students from across the country. There are students who have come from Nagaland, students from Delhi, students from Chennai, and local students. So all these girl students will be given training under the STEM, that is science, technology, engineering, and maths labs. And through these labs, motivated to take up aviation as a career.
Indeed, as my colleague Aisha was pointing out, the news coming in just now, Prime Minister Modi has inaugurated a state-of-the-art campus of the Boeing India Engineering and Technology Center in Bengaluru. It's a 43-acre campus, and it's Boeing's largest such investment outside of the US. And as my colleague Aisha was pointing out, Boeing's new campus in India will help develop the next generation products and services for the global aerospace and defense industry. And the PM will also take part in a Sukanya program for the girl child, as well as part of the CSR activities of Boeing India's campus in Bengaluru. Right, if you're just tuning in, viewers, India's commercial market in the aerospace industry is expected to be the third largest in the world by the year 2041. And Boeing forecasts that India's carriers will need 2,200 new aircraft over the next 20 years. And that, Boeing says, will be its key focus area, operating out of its new facility in Bengaluru in southern India. Now, Boeing's commercial expansion plans are also in line with the growing demand for aircraft in India, creating an infrastructure and network for facilitating flight connectivity across the length and breadth of India. And just yesterday, on Thursday, Boeing won an order for 150 MAX jets from India's newest airline at the Wings Aerospace Expo. Right, just recap for the benefit of viewers tuning in. Prime Minister Modi of India has just inaugurated, and those are the visuals on your screens right now, of a new campus of Boeing India in Bengaluru in southern India. Right, if I can quickly walk our viewers through these visuals that we're playing out just now. The new facility of Boeing India at Bengaluru is at the Aerospace Park at Devanahalli on the outskirts of the city of Bengaluru. And it has just been inaugurated by the Prime Minister. And there you can see the Prime Minister interacting with more members of civil society and local officials on the premises of the new facility of Boeing India. And as we see on these visuals, let me just quickly walk our viewers through the Boeing India's plans for India. Now, Boeing will co-partner with India to execute high-quality advanced aerospace projects. This facility will support in providing required engineering expertise to Boeing's defense, space and commercial sectors as well. The campus will play an important role in co-development initiatives for the Indian Defence Forces too. And this facility will leverage labs and state-of-the-art technologies such as artificial intelligence and the Internet of Things for collaborations with India. It's expected to generate hundreds and thousands of jobs for the locals as well. Now, Boeing has a long-standing journey in defense sector in India in particular. The India-US partnership has led to Boeing and India working closely, wherein Boeing has offered its defense equipment for Indian armed forces as well. For example, the Boeing C-17 Globemaster has proven to be the backbone of India's Air Force, and it was deployed in crucial and successful operations in the country during evacuation of Indians from Ukraine, and also to deliver COVID-19 vaccines and other medical supplies to countries in urgent need of the same. And the custom-made Boeing B777 VVIP aircraft is used by the President, Vice President and the Prime Minister of India on international visits too. Right, so as we stay on these visuals, coming to you from Bengaluru in southern India, the new campus at High-Tech Defence and Aerospace Park in Devanahalli on the outskirts of Bengaluru will become a cornerstone for partnerships with the vibrant startups, private and government ecosystems in the country, and will also develop the next generation products and services for the global aerospace and defence industry as well.
At the inauguration ceremony. Namaskara, Nimma Kripya Upasthiti Gagi Dhanyavada Gadu. We welcome all of you esteemed dignitaries, central and state government officials, senior leaders of Boeing, members of the Boeing family, members of media, and guests to the inauguration ceremony of the Boeing India Engineering and Technology Center campus and the Boeing Sukanya program.
To all of our honored dignitaries and guests, namaskara. Welcome not only to a proud milestone for Boeing, not only a proud milestone for India, but also to a new era. We have always had a sense of India's destiny to be a global leader and a foremost partner for freedom. And yet, when we asked when India would become one of the most important markets for aviation and defense in the world, many experts for so many years said, someday. And we said, when will India develop the technologies of tomorrow? And they said, someday. And we said, when will India manufacture the most advanced parts, the most advanced components, the most advanced airplanes, and produce them at the highest quality in the world? And they said, someday. And we asked, when will women lead the way in aviation? And still they said, someday. Devi aur sajno, wo din aa gaya hai. Bharat mein wo din aaj hai. Aaj aapka swagat hai. Someday has arrived, someday is today. And so it is the honor of a lifetime to greet the dignitaries who have joined us. The Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi ji, thank you so much for being here. The Honorable Governor of Karnataka, Shri Gehlot ji, the Honorable Chief Minister of Karnataka, Shri Siddaramaiah ji, Shri R. Ashoka ji, and of course, the Chief Operating Officer of the Boeing Company, Ms. Stephanie Pope. Welcome to the inaugural of Boeing's World Leading Center. Welcome to the inaugural of Boeing's Sukanya program for women in aviation. And welcome to someday. Thank you, Dhanyavad, and Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. बोइंग की ओर से हम ये कहना चाहेंगे कि हम गौरवान्वित महसूस कर रहे हैं कि माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी ने बोइंग सुकन्या कार्यक्रम के लॉन्च को व्यक्तिगत रूप से देखने और इस नए बोइंग इंडिया इंजीनियरिंग एंड टेक्नोलॉजी सेंटर परिसर के उद्घाटन की शोभा बढ़ाने के लिए समय निकाला। आपकी उपस्थिति हमें प्रोत्साहित करने का काम करती है सर, और हमें भारत के लिए और अधिक से अधिक योगदान देने के लिए प्रेरित करती है सर। Truly, a new era for the aerospace industry in India begins today with this committed and invested step in the right direction by Boeing. May I now request the Chief Operating Officer of the Boeing Company, Ms. Stephanie Pope, to render the special address of this very important occasion.
Good afternoon. I want to thank Prime Minister Modi, honorable ministers, our Boeing partners, customers, and colleagues for being here today as we celebrate the inauguration of the Boeing India Engineering and Technology Center and the launch of the Boeing Sukanya program for empowering women on increasing women pilots in aviation. Today marks the latest chapter in decades of collaboration and partnership between Boeing and India. Prime Minister Modi, your focus on growth of aviation in India has been instrumental in making these programs a reality today. We are truly grateful for your continued support and look forward to working together to shape the future of aerospace. First, I want to address the new Engineering and Technology Campus, which the Honorable Prime Minister just unveiled. At Boeing, we take pride in our pursuit of innovation, collaboration, and a relentless drive for excellence. Our vision is to shape the future of aerospace and defense, and the Completion Center today makes a significant milestone in that journey. This new campus is a testament to Boeing's engineering legacy and our belief in the availability, depth of talent, and capability that exists here in India. It represents our unwavering commitment to this great nation and its talented workforce. This center will serve as a hub for innovation, fostering collaboration with customers, partners, academia, and startup. Through these partnerships, we will create a thriving ecosystem that propels India to the forefront of the global aerospace industry. This campus will also be the center of our co-development efforts in developing new aerospace and defense technologies from the ground up that meet not only India's requirements, but serve the world. Engineers here will drive India's ambition of world-class development, from design, development, testing, and certification. Ultimately, our campus will become one of the most cutting-edge examples of the Prime Minister's Self-Reliant India initiative. This campus is where we will shape the future of aerospace and defense for India. To achieve this, we need a highly skilled and diverse workforce, which is the very reason behind the Boeing Sukanya program. Prime Minister Modi, this was your idea, and it is with great pride that we have created a program to accelerate opportunities in aviation for Indian women from all walks of life. This program will break barriers, inspire more women to pursue careers in aerospace, and create an environment where they can excel with dedicated training facilities, curriculum, flight simulators, scholarships, and career opportunities. In addition to the pilot training and initiatives, the program will provide STEM labs in middle schools, inspiring and empowering young women from across the country. Through our shared values and vision, Boeing and India are committed to embracing diversity, pursuing excellence, and driving innovation. Together, we will shape the future of aviation and make a positive difference for the people of India and around the world. Thank you all for joining us here today on this very special moment.
Thank you, Secretary, Chief Operating Officer of the Boeing Company. May I now please call upon the determined, the visionary, and the dynamic Chief Minister of Karnataka, Shri Siddaramaiah ji, to please address the audience. Sir, the people of Karnataka look towards your able leadership to take them into the next phase of this great state's growth story. We at Boeing hope to contribute to the new tomorrow you've envisioned for the people of Karnataka. Please, sir.
ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. Honorable Prime Minister of India, Sri Narendra Modi ji, Honorable Governor of Karnataka, Sri Tawar Chand Gehlot ji, Leader of the Opposition, Karnataka Legislative Assembly, Sri R. Ashok, Miss Stephanie Pope, COO, the Boeing Company, Sri Salil Gupta, President, Boeing India and South Asia, all distinguished guests, friends from media, ladies and gentlemen. It is indeed my pleasure to be here with you, surrounded by the splendor of the 43-acre Boeing campus near the International Airport, as we witness the launch of two important Boeing initiatives by our Honorable Prime Minister. This occasion adds yet another feather to the illustrious cap of Karnataka, a state that has consistently stood at the forefront of technological advancement in India. Karnataka proudly holds the title of being the fourth largest technology cluster globally, ranking first in the India Innovation Index and leading in total exports among all Indian states. Our state is home to 400 of the Fortune 500 companies, excelling in R&D centers, renewable energy, and earning the well-deserved recognition as the startup capital of India. The abundance of the talented workforce and skilled manpower makes Karnataka the natural choice for technology and knowledge-driven industries. It is no wonder why the state is the preferred destination for investments, and I wish to reiterate our unwavering commitment to providing a conducive ecosystem for businesses to thrive. In our pursuit of an investor-friendly environment, we have crafted sector-specific and pro-industry policies. Today's inauguration of the new Boeing India Engineering and Technology Center campus is a testament to our continued dedication to fostering an ecosystem that propels progress in the global aviation sector. I am particularly pleased that Boeing has chosen to establish this expansive facility near the international airport, an emerging hub for numerous future developments, including aerospace and defense. Karnataka has proudly held the mantle of being the aerospace hub of the country, commanding over 65% of aerospace and defense exports. This new endeavor by Boeing will undoubtedly create more opportunities for our talented professionals to work on global scale projects, aligning seamlessly with our vision of enabling development across the state. However, our commitment to progress extends beyond technological advancements. It includes a commitment to inclusivity and accessibility. To this end, we are dedicated to empowering our girl children and women across the state. Karnataka has long supported the indomitable spirit of women and their invaluable contributions to our society. I am especially thrilled that this launch of Boeing Sukanya program is not just a milestone for Boeing, but also marks a significant project for women in aviation. The land that has witnessed many dreams come alive for women in aviation is so. With this, I conclude my speech. Thank you all. Jai Hind, Jai Karnataka.
Thank you, sir, for your inspirational address. आपके प्रेरणादायक संबोधन के लिए धन्यवाद, मुख्यमंत्री महोदय। बोइंग में हम एरोस्पेस क्षेत्र में महिलाओं की समान भागीदारी सुनिश्चित करने के आपके दृष्टिकोण से प्रभावित हैं, माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी। आप ही के मार्गदर्शन में बोइंग टीम ने सुकन्या कार्यक्रम बनाया, जो इस क्षेत्र में लड़कियों की शिक्षा की पूरी यात्रा का समर्थन करेगा। भारत के एरोस्पेस क्षेत्र में अधिक महिला पायलट्स का प्रवेश हो, ये हमारा समर्पित प्रयास रहेगा। अधिक से अधिक बालिकाएं भारत के विमानन कार्यबल में प्रवेश करें, ये हमारा लक्ष्य है। Let us watch a short film that tells the story of the Boeing Sukanya program, how Sukanya is perhaps a girl in a small town somewhere in my incredible India, and her dreams and aspirations will find wings with the Boeing Sukanya program. India already leads the world statistic of percentage of women pilots, with 15% of our pilots being women, far ahead of the global average of 5%, ladies and gentlemen. The Boeing Sukanya program aims to further advance this status quo. आइए देखें बोइंग सुकन्या प्रोग्राम पर आधारित ये लघु फिल्म जो खास आज इस महत्वपूर्ण अवसर के लिए बनाई गई है under the guidance of the Honorable Prime Minister's vision, the Boeing Sukanya program.
Sukanya, a young girl in a remote village of India.
Baba, why is sky so high? Mom, what is there beyond clouds?
Looking up at the kites that paint the sky, Sukanya dreams of flying amongst them and higher. Sukanya dreams of becoming a pilot.
Chacha, मैं तो pilot बनूंगी.
Some of the village men say it's impossible. But little do they know that her dreams would soon cross paths with the Boeing company's initiative, marking the beginning of an extraordinary adventure. India, with its rich history of reaching for the skies and beyond, has had many women in the lead over the years. Boeing, a trusted partner in India's skies for over 8 decades, is now elevating this status quo. Inspired by the vision of Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi, shared by the President and Chief Executive Officer of the Boeing Company, Dave Calhoun, a revolutionary initiative is underway, the Boeing Sukanya program. Sukanya's dreams are no more just dreams. Sukanya now studies in one of the STEM labs established by Boeing in government schools across the country. The lab serves as an incubator of knowledge, technology and inspiration, aiming to engage with over 75,000 students like Sukanya. In her university, Sukanya has numerous digital products for training. With Boeing's commitment, Sukanya also has access to hard assets in flight schools. The Boeing Sukanya program also helps her financially through a scholarship for her pilot training. This support becomes the wind beneath Sukanya's wings, propelling her towards her dream of becoming a pilot. Sukanya is now a pilot. Inspiring the aspirations of thousands of young girls like her in India's Tier 2 and 3 towns. Just like Sukanya, the rock-solid educational and training foundation laid by Boeing aims to increase the number of women pilots in India. To create such opportunities for women in aviation roles, Boeing plans to partner with other airlines and industry stakeholders. Boeing's audacious goal of having girl pilots from the remotest villages of India promises to transform industry and societal norms for a more inclusive tomorrow. Through the Boeing Sukanya program, Indian women will write a narrative of empowerment, breaking barriers and ushering in a new dawn, where the sky becomes a limitless playground for every girl child in India.
Their dreams take wings and soar the skies. हमारी यही आशा है कि भारत की सभी पुत्रियों को, सभी कन्याओं को ऊंची से ऊंची उड़ान भरने का अवसर प्राप्त हो. The Boeing Sukanya program under the guidance of India's Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji. देवियों और सज्जनों, नरेंद्र मोदी जी के प्रभावशाली नेतृत्व में मानो एक नए युग का आरंभ हुआ है. भारत का प्रत्येक नागरिक, चाहे वह उत्तर से हो, पश्चिम से हो, पूर्व से हो या दक्षिण से हो, एक नए भारत के निर्माण के लिए श्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी के प्रेरणादायक नेतृत्व की छत्र छाया में अपने आप को ऊर्जावान पाता है। हम जो एक नए भारत के निर्माण का जोश देख रहे हैं ना, ये अभूतपूर्व है। एक नया भारत उड़ान भर रहा है और परिवर्तन, प्रगति और विजय की इस उड़ान के मुख्य संचालक हमारे प्रिय व लोकप्रिय नेता, भारत के प्रधान सेवक, एक शक्तिशाली वैश्विक नेता और एक ऐसे व्यक्ति हैं जिनकी हर सांस, जिनका हर कदम भारत और सभी भारतवासियों के लिए समर्पित है और हमेशा समर्पित रहेगा। इस ऐतिहासिक अवसर को संबोधित करने के लिए हम भारत के महानतम प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी से सविनय निवेदन करते हैं। India's Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji, sir, please address this event.
कर्नाटका के गवर्नर श्रीमान थावरचंद जी गहलोत, मुख्यमंत्री श्रीमान सिद्धारमैया जी, कर्नाटका विधानसभा में नेता विपक्ष आर अशोक जी, भारत में बोइंग कंपनी की सीईओ श्रीमती स्टेफनी पोप, अन्य इंडस्ट्री पार्टनर्स, देवी और सज्जनों, मैं विदेश से आए सभी अतिथियों का बेंगलुरु में विशेष अभिनंदन करता हूं। बेंगलुरु एस्पिरेशंस को इनोवेशंस और अचीवमेंट से जोड़ने वाला शहर है। बेंगलुरु भारत के टेक पोटेंशियल को ग्लोबल डिमांड से जोड़ता है। बोइंग का ये नया ग्लोबल टेक्नोलॉजी कैंपस भी बेंगलुरु की इसी पहचान को सशक्त करने वाला है। ये अमेरिका के बाहर बोइंग कंपनी की सबसे बड़ी फैसिलिटी होगी। इसलिए ये फैसिलिटी भारत ही नहीं बल्कि पूरी दुनिया के एविएशन मार्केट को एक नई ताकत देने वाली है। लेकिन फ्रेंड्स, इस फैसिलिटी का महत्व सिर्फ इतना ही नहीं है। ये ग्लोबल टेक, रिसर्च और इनोवेशन, डिजाइन और डिमांड को ड्राइव करने के भारत के कमिटमेंट को भी दिखाता है। ये मेक इन इंडिया, मेक फॉर द वर्ल्ड इस संकल्प को सशक्त करता है। ये कैंपस भारत के टैलेंट पर दुनिया के भरोसे को और अधिक मजबूत करता है। आज का ये दिन इस बात को भी सेलिब्रेट करता है कि एक दिन भारत इस फैसिलिटी में एयरक्राफ्ट ऑफ द फ्यूचर को भी डिजाइन करेगा। और इसलिए मैं बोइंग की पूरी मैनेजमेंट को, सभी स्टेक होल्डर्स को बहुत बहुत बधाई देता हूं, बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं देता हूं। साथियों, आज कर्नाटका वासियों के लिए भी बहुत बड़ा दिन है। पिछले साल कर्नाटका में एशिया की सबसे बड़ी हेलीकॉप्टर मैन्युफैक्चरिंग फैक्ट्री बनकर पूरी हुई थी। अब ये ग्लोबल टेक्नोलॉजी कैंपस भी उन्हें मिलने जा रहा है। ये दिखाता है कि कर्नाटका किस प्रकार एक बड़े एविएशन हब के रूप में विकसित हो रहा है। मैं विशेष रूप से भारत के युवाओं को बधाई दूंगा, क्योंकि इस फैसिलिटी से उन्हें एविएशन सेक्टर में नई स्किल सीखने के अनेक अवसर मिलेंगे। साथियों, हमारा प्रयास है कि आज देश के हर सेक्टर में विमेन पार्टिसिपेशन को बढ़ावा दिया जाए। और आपने G20 समिट में हमारे एक संकल्प को देखा होगा। हमने दुनिया के सामने कहा है, अब समय आ गया है विमेन लेड डेवलपमेंट। एविएशन और एरोस्पेस सेक्टर में भी हम महिलाओं के लिए नए अवसर बनाने में जुटे हैं। चाहे फाइटर पायलट्स हो या फिर सिविल एविएशन हो, आज भारत महिला पायलट्स के मामले में लीड कर रहा है। मैं गर्व के साथ कह सकता हूं कि आज भारत के पायलट्स में से 15% विमेन पायलट्स हैं। और इसका महत्व तब समझ में आएगा कि ये ग्लोबल एवरेज से 3 गुना ज्यादा है। आज जिस बोइंग सुकन्या प्रोग्राम की शुरुआत हुई है, उससे भारत के एविएशन सेक्टर में हमारी बेटियों की भागीदारी और बढ़ेगी। इससे दूर दराज के इलाकों में गरीब परिवार की बेटियों का पायलट बनने का सपना पूरा होगा। इससे देश के अनेकों सरकारी स्कूलों में पायलट बनने के लिए कैरियर कोचिंग और डेवलपमेंट की सुविधाएं बनेगी। साथियों, अभी कुछ महीने पहले ही आपने देखा है कि कैसे भारत का चंद्रयान वहां पहुंचा जहां कोई देश नहीं पहुंच पाया। इस सफलता ने देश के नौजवानों में साइंटिफिक टेम्पर को एक नई ऊंचाई पर पहुंचा दिया है। भारत स्टेम एजुकेशन का भी बहुत बड़ा हब है और बड़ी संख्या में भारत में लड़कियां साइंस, टेक्नोलॉजी, इंजीनियरिंग और मैथ्स की पढ़ाई करती है। और मुझे याद है, मैं कभी मेरी विदेश यात्रा के समय एक देश के बहुत बड़े नेता मुझे पूछ रहे थे कि क्या भारत में बेटियां इस स्टेम की तरफ रुचि रखती है क्या, वहां पढ़ती है क्या? और जब मैंने उनसे कहा कि हमारे यहाँ मेल स्टूडेंट से ज्यादा फीमेल स्टूडेंट की संख्या इसमें ज्यादा है, तो उनके लिए सरप्राइज था। बोइंग सुकन्या प्रोग्राम को भारत की बेटियों के इस सामर्थ्य का भी बहुत लाभ मिलने जा रहा है। फ्रेंड्स, आप सभी ने एविएशन मार्केट के रूप में भारत की ग्रोथ को स्टडी भी किया है और उसकी ट्रेजेक्टरी को फॉलो भी कर रहे हैं। पिछले एक दशक में भारत का एविएशन मार्केट पूरी तरह से ट्रांसफॉर्म हो गया है। आज एविएशन सेक्टर से जुड़ा हर स्टेक होल्डर नए उत्साह से भरा हुआ है। मैन्युफैक्चरिंग से लेकर सर्विसेज तक हर स्टेक होल्डर भारत में नई संभावनाएं तलाश रहा है। आज भारत दुनिया का तीसरा बड़ा डोमेस्टिक एविएशन मार्केट बन चुका है। एक दशक में भारत में डोमेस्टिक पैसेंजर्स की संख्या 2 गुनी से भी अधिक हो जा चुकी है। इसमें उड़ान जैसी योजनाओं ने बड़ी भूमिका निभाई है। अब अगले कुछ वर्षों में डोमेस्टिक पैसेंजर्स की ये संख्या और भी बढ़ने जा रही है। इतनी बड़ी डिमांड को देखते हुए ही हमारी एयरलाइंस ने सैकड़ों नए एयरक्राफ्ट का ऑर्डर दिया है। यानी भारत दुनिया के एविएशन मार्केट को एक नई ऊर्जा देने जा रहा है। फ्रेंड्स, आज हम सभी भारत के एविएशन सेक्टर को लेकर इतने उत्साह से भरे हैं, लेकिन 10 साल में ऐसा क्या हुआ जिससे ग्लोबल एविएशन सेक्टर में भारत इतना आगे बढ़ गया? ये इसलिए हुआ क्योंकि आज भारत अपने नागरिकों की एस्पिरेशंस और ईज ऑफ लिविंग को सर्वोपरि रखते हुए काम करता है। एक समय था जब पुअर एयर कनेक्टिविटी हमारे यहां बहुत बड़ा चैलेंज थी। इस वजह से भारत अपने पोटेंशियल को परफॉर्मेंस में नहीं बदल पा रहा था। इसलिए हमने कनेक्टिविटी इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर में इन्वेस्टमेंट को अपनी प्राथमिकता बनाया। आज भारत दुनिया के सबसे वेल कनेक्टेड मार्केट में से एक बन रहा है। 2014 में भारत में 70 के आसपास ऑपरेशनल एयरपोर्ट थे। आज देश में 150 के आसपास ऑपरेशनल एयरपोर्ट है। हमने नए एयरपोर्ट ही नहीं बनाए, बल्कि अपने एयरपोर्ट्स की एफिशिएंसी को भी कई गुना बढ़ाया है। फ्रेंड्स, भारत की एयरपोर्ट कैपेसिटी बढ़ने से एयर कार्गो के क्षेत्र में भी तेजी से बढ़ोतरी हुई है। इससे भारत के दूर सुदूर के क्षेत्रों के प्रोडक्ट उसको इंटरनेशनल मार्केट तक पहुंचाना आसान हो रहा है। तेजी से बढ़ता एविएशन सेक्टर भारत की ओवरऑल ग्रोथ और एम्प्लॉयमेंट जनरेशन को भी गति दे रही है। फ्रेंड्स, अपने एविएशन सेक्टर की ये ग्रोथ बनी रही है और तेज हो, इसके लिए भारत पॉलिसी लेवल पर लगातार कदम उठा रहा है। हम राज्य सरकारों को प्रोत्साहित कर रहे हैं कि एविएशन फ्यूल से जुड़े टैक्सेस को कम किया जाए। एयरक्राफ्ट लीजिंग को भी हम आसान बनाने में जुटे हैं। हमारा प्रयास है कि एयरक्राफ्ट लीजिंग और फाइनेंसिंग में भारत की ऑफशोर डिपेंडेंस कम हो। इसलिए गिफ्ट सिटी में इंटरनेशनल फाइनेंशियल सर्विसेज सेंटर अथॉरिटी की स्थापना भी की गई है। इसका लाभ भी पूरे देश के एविएशन सेक्टर को मिलेगा। साथियों, लाल किले से मैंने कहा था, यही समय है, सही समय है। बोइंग और दूसरी इंटरनेशनल कंपनियों के लिए भी ये सही समय है। ये उनके लिए भारत की तेज ग्रोथ के साथ अपनी ग्रोथ को जोड़ने का समय है। आने वाले 25 साल में विकसित भारत का निर्माण अब 140 करोड़ भारतीयों का संकल्प बन चुका है। बीते 9 सालों में हमने लगभग 25 करोड़ भारतीयों को गरीबी से बाहर निकाला है। ये करोड़ों भारतीय अब एक नियो मिडिल क्लास का निर्माण कर रहे हैं। आज भारत में हर इनकम ग्रुप में अपवर्ड मोबिलिटी देखी जा रही है। भारत का टूरिज्म सेक्टर भी तेज गति से एक्सपांड कर रहा है। यानी आप सबके लिए एक से बढ़कर एक नई संभावनाएं बन रही है। आपको इसका ज्यादा से ज्यादा लाभ उठाना है। फ्रेंड्स, जब भारत में इतनी संभावना है, तब हमें भारत में एयरक्राफ्ट मैन्युफैक्चरिंग इकोसिस्टम का भी तेजी से निर्माण करना होगा। भारत में एमएसएमईज का एक सशक्त नेटवर्क है। भारत में एक बहुत बड़ा टैलेंट पूल है। भारत में एक स्टेबल सरकार है। भारत में मेक इन इंडिया मुख्यमंत्री जी, ऐसा होता रहता है। भारत में मेक इन इंडिया को प्रोत्साहित करने वाली पॉलिसी अप्रोच है। इसलिए ये हर सेक्टर के लिए विन विन सिचुएशन है। मुझे विश्वास है भारत में बोइंग के पहले फुल्ली डिजाइन, बोइंग के लोग सुने, फुल्ली डिजाइन और मैन्युफैक्चर्ड एयरक्राफ्ट के लिए बहुत ज्यादा इंतजार नहीं करना होगा। मुझे विश्वास है कि भारत की एस्पिरेशंस और आपकी एक्सपेंशन ये एक मजबूत पार्टनरशिप के रूप में उभरेगी। आप सभी को इस नई फैसिलिटी के लिए फिर से शुभकामनाएं और विशेष रूप से दिव्यांग जनों को लेकर के आपने जो काम किया है, और सिर्फ मुझे जिनसे मेरा मिलना हुआ और जिस प्रकार से मेरे से बात हो रही थी, मुझे सिर्फ एक व्यवस्था मात्र नहीं दिख रही थी, मुझे उसमें एक इमोशनल टच फील होता था। और बोइंग की टीम के कन्विक्शन के बिना ये इमोशनल टच संभव नहीं है। मैं इसके लिए बोइंग टीम को विशेष रूप से बधाई देता हूं, अभिनंदन करता हूं। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
के वैभवशाली माननीय प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी, आपका बहुत 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 धन्यवाद। Sir, thank you very much for gracing this inauguration ceremony of Boeing India Engineering and Technology Center campus. जोरदार तालियों के साथ हम सब अभिनंदन करेंगे भारत के माननीय प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी का। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद सर, आभार आपका कि आप समय निकाल आज यहाँ आए. Ladies and gentlemen, as the Honorable Prime Minister departs from the venue, please do remain seated until he exits the venue. We will wait for our senior dignitaries to also leave the venue smoothly.
All right, you're watching the live coverage of India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi's speech after the inauguration of a new state-of-the-art center of Boeing in the southern Indian city of Bengaluru. Just to recap for the benefit of our viewers tuning in, Prime Minister Modi spoke about how he hoped that India and the center in Bengaluru will be able to design an aircraft of the future in the near future. He says India has the unique distinction of having 15% women pilots in the country today as we speak, which is 3 times the global average. He launched on the margins of this event another program called Boeing Sukanya, which is a corporate social responsibility or CSR project of the Boeing India, which deals with a girl child development, women empowerment. And he also said that India has the world's 3rd largest aviation market, and poor air connectivity in India today is a thing of the past, and that the number of airports has increased to 150 and counting as we speak. So that was the gist of the Prime Minister's speech, and we'll get you more as we go along in our broadcast in the next subsequent bulletins. But for now, it's a wrap on this special broadcast. But news continues here on DD India. You can catch all the latest updates on our social media, mobile and digital platforms. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.